All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to unpack Gary Vaynerchuk's framework for not just surviving, but actually thriving in the age of AI. He's got a really unique take on where the real opportunities are, and you know what? It's probably not where you think.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with the question that is on literally everyone's mind. AI is moving so incredibly fast. Is this it? Is the window for building any kind of real wealth about to slam shut for good? I mean, it's a huge question, and it's tapping into a very real anxiety out there.
And you know, that anxiety is not just in our heads. Vaynerchuk himself totally validates this fear. He's saying, yeah, the traditional middle ground of business, the middle class of entrepreneurship, it could get squeezed out. This really sets the stage for a potential winner-takes-all economy, which, let's be honest, feels pretty intimidating. But, and this is a big but, Vaynerchuk argues this disruption isn't just pure chaos. It's actually creating a fascinating new dynamic. He sees the economy basically splitting into two completely different poles. You've got the massive titans way up at the top, and then this brand new landscape of opportunity way down at the bottom. So on one side, you have the giants. You know who they are, Meta, Google, Microsoft. And they are battling it out for total dominance over these huge markets. I mean, they're fighting to replace entire industries. But on the other side, this massive battle creates what Vaynerchuk calls the long tail. It's this huge landscape of niche opportunities that the titans are just completely ignoring.
Now, this right here is where Vaynerchuk's core counter-argument comes in. He really believes this disruption isn't an end at all. It's actually the beginning of a totally new kind of wealth creation. He's got a name for it: hyper-micro-wealth.
So what even is that? Well, think of small, super specific apps or services that solve just one particular problem for one very particular audience. The cool part is, thanks to AI, these can now be built by a single person with almost no money, and then you can scale them using the free reach of social media.
To make this real, just look at a simple service Vaynerchuk points to. These websites that just do passport photos for $6. Some of them are making tens of thousands of dollars a month. Why? Well, because consumer habits are really slow to change. People are still used to searching for a website, not figuring out an AI prompt to solve their problem. That little lag, that gap, that's exactly where the opportunity is.
And this just nails the main point. What the big tech giants consider scraps, these tiny niche markets, can be life-changing six-figure businesses for individuals who are quick enough to see them and, more importantly, to grab them.
So, the big question is, how do you actually capture this opportunity? Well, Vaynerchuk lays out a super clear, tactical playbook. It's really a game plan for anyone out there with a laptop and an idea.
If he were starting from scratch today, this is his exact plan. Step 1. Build a simple app that solves one single specific pain point. Step 2. Create an absolute fire hose of organic content that speaks directly to that pain point and your solution. And step 3, push that content relentlessly, obsessively on every social platform to find your customers.
Now, the key takeaway here is that the app itself is totally useless without attention. That's where this content obsession comes in. It's not just about posting stuff. It's about mastering the specific craft of each and every platform. And interestingly, part of that craft now is creating content for a whole other audience, the AI itself. By feeding the LLMs, the large language models, you're basically teaching the AI that you're the expert, all while tapping into pop culture to stay relevant and connect with actual human beings.
But the playbook isn't just about what you do online. Vaynerchuk's strategy builds to this really fascinating, kind of counterintuitive idea. As our world gets more and more technologically extreme, the value of real, tangible human connection is going to absolutely skyrocket.
Vaynerchuk calls this his barbell theory. Your business has to live at both extremes. So on one end, yeah, you leverage extreme technology like AI agents and automated content. But on the other end, you have to double down on the extreme analog, live events, pop-up shops, in-person experiences. You know, the stuff that AI just can't replicate.
This right here, this is your moat. In a world that's about to be flooded with AI-generated everything, your ability to create genuine, in-person value is going to become your most powerful differentiator. It's a massive economic opportunity.
So we've covered the strategy, we've gone over the tactics, but Vaynerchuk argues that the most critical component, the thing that makes all of this work, isn't what you do, it's how you think. It's all about your mindset.
And this really gets to the core of his entire philosophy. He completely separates who he is as a person, his self-worth, from the outcomes of his businesses. For him, GaryVee is just a public persona. It is not the source of his value as a human being.
And that detachment creates this incredible relationship with failure. When he loses, it's not some deep indictment of his worth. It's just data. It's a funny story, and it's a lesson for the next attempt. He actually seems to enjoy the challenge of getting to play again.
This is exactly why he thinks seeking external validation is the biggest trap of all. It just creates this crippling anxiety because you're tying your self-worth to things you just can't control, like follower counts or company valuations. And he argues the positive validation, all the praise, the accolades, it's just as dangerous as the criticism because it makes you dependent.
So here's the fundamental shift in thinking he's proposing. Real success, real resilience, it comes from a foundation of internal self-worth. It's not something you get from achieving results. It's the thing you have to have that allows you to achieve them in the first place. And that leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. As technology automates more and more of what we physically do, is the way we handle failure, validation, and our own self-worth, is that the only true lasting competitive advantage we have left?